Hi, Seedling kids workers and volunteers. I just wanted to take a second to jump on here and go over a few of our regular rules and then a few of our phase 3 COVID procedures that we're following as well. We have several new volunteers, so first of all, welcome. Thank you so much. We have Sydney, who's going to be joining us for the first time, Brooke, Miss Wanda, Miss Donna. Um, Miss Tyann is going to be joining us for the first time as a volunteer. We still have all of our other volunteers. We have Miss Missy. We have Mr. Lamar, Macy. If I forgot somebody, I'm so sorry. But we are so happy to have you all as our volunteers. Thank you so much. Just to go over a couple rules that are regular rules when it comes to children's church. There are certain rules that we have, and the kids are all already aware of them. But just so you all know, whenever things start to get a little unruly or our kids are a little too excited, they're talking too much, to get attention, we just raise our hand. So we don't want to yell, we don't want to raise our voice. That's not what children's church is about. We want to teach them, showing them the fruits of the Spirit. So we don't like to raise our voice. I don't like to have to yell. The kids don't like it. It's not a welcoming environment if we're doing that. So we just raise our hand and we just stay quiet until one or two notice, and before long, they've all got their mouths quiet. So we say when my hand goes up, our mouths go shut. And so that's just a little something that the kids all already know about. Also, normally, we don't hit or kick or anything like that our friends. We don't take things from our friends or throw things at our friends. If an adult is speaking, then that's our turn, and we ask our children to keep their mouths closed while an adult is speaking. Now, you'll hear me refer to our children as friends, because we're friends, and what a great place to be surrounded by your friends. So when we speak to our kids, we refer to them as friends. We want them to feel like they're loved and appreciated and welcome, and we're all friends. So when we have a visitor, we've got a new friend that we're excited to meet. When someone's having a bad day and maybe they're not being so nice to their friend, we want to address that immediately because we want to treat our friends well. So you'll hear me say that a lot. And then we also have a couple friends who have a few special needs. We've got some friends who are a little more hands-on. They need a little more extra love and care, and that's okay. We want to make sure that they have that. If you have any questions about a child, once you start becoming more regular with us, you'll learn them, you'll learn their routines. But until that happens, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I have one-on-one conversations with the parents who need to have additional conversations with me, and confidentially, I'm happy to share some information with you if you have any questions about some of the children or concerns. And then the other thing is that I want the children in kids' church to be heard. I know that there's a saying that says kids are to be seen and not heard. That doesn't exist in Seedling Kids, because I feel like a child's voice is just as important as an adult's voice. They have things that they want to share with you and I. They have things that are going on in their life. They're excited. They want to talk about it. So they have their time to talk, and then we have our time to talk. So you'll notice, if this is your first time volunteering, that man, there's a lot of stories I'm getting told right now. There's a lot of stuff that's being said. That's okay. We want to know what's going on in their lives and what's important to them so that we can love them better. And especially right now because of COVID. Things are going to be a little crazy as we get back together for children's church. Our routine is out the window. So we are opening up in phase 3. Phase 3 guidelines allow us to meet, but there are still strict rules. I have made it mandatory for children and volunteers to wear their masks. I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. If you can't wear a mask, we understand, but please don't volunteer. We have to lead by example. The kids have to wear their masks in school. You know, we're under a mandate in Sevier County. I wear mine 40 hours a week at my job. And it's just an extra precaution. We have a lot of germs coming from a bunch of different schools. Most of our children go to different schools. Some are in different counties. It's just an extra precaution for them and for us. We don't want to take anything home to someone, anything like that. So that's number one. Kids will be wearing masks and volunteers will be wearing masks. They don't come off. When a kid asks you to take it off, we're leaving them on. If they need to excuse themselves to go to the bathroom, and if they take it off when they're alone, we can't stop that. That's fine. But when we're meeting together, the masks stay on. We're doing mandatory temperature checks. If a temperature is 99.4 or higher, the child is not allowed to sit in our department. They'll have to stay home or stay in service with their parents. You'll notice when you come in that kids' church looks a lot different than it did last year. We have tables set up throughout the whole room. These tables are to help our children have consistency. It's to have them maintain a safe distance without getting confused. And it's to provide them something that's theirs. So each seat is already assigned per student. When we were meeting before, our students who have been coming already know what seat's theirs. They're going to come in, they're going to go right to it. The seats are labeled, and each one has markers that are theirs, coloring book that's theirs, and then a water coloring book. And so they're pushed to the side. The kids know that that's hands off until it's time for that. But that is so each child has 6 feet distance between another, and there's no sharing of anything. So that's all there for them. During children's church, during worship, we might stand up at our seat, but there is no movement right now. I know that's really difficult, especially for children, but we're not going to run around the room. We're not going to be having games right now or activities that have like a shared thing. So in the past, we might have done games where you've got to toss a ball or you've got to jump rope or run around. All that is still on hold right now. So to be completely transparent with you all, we're really struggling with our time. Normally how we function is we have a lot of early on discussion when the child comes in. We just call it our welcome time. In a regular Sunday, we'll have our welcome time. The kids will come in. They'll have a lot to tell you about their week. They'll all be going on about what's happening. We let that happen. Then we transition to prayer and prayer requests. From prayer, we go into worship. That normally lasts about 15 minutes. And then from worship, we go straight into our lesson time, which is another 15 or 20 minutes, depending on our discussion. And then from lesson, we have snack, where everybody would have got up and gone to the tables in the back, which are all rearranged now. And then after snack, we would have had a game or an activity or a video or something like that until it was time to be picked up. All that is gone. So now the way that we're going to be functioning on Sunday is the children will come in and they'll have their seat. And we're going to try and keep the beginning the best we can the same. Where they're going to have some discussion, some interaction, prayer, worship, lesson. Then that's where things shift. So the snack, we have just been approved for pre-packaged snacks. So that will already be sitting there on the table when the children get there. And then from there, we're kind of winging it. So whether it's coloring in their coloring book, or if we're going to give them some little water cups for their water paints, we might have a craft, but they have to stay in their seat. So we might end up putting up a video to fill up the time. We don't know how long worship service is going to go, so it's always up in the air. So we're just going to do our best to make sure they have fun, they feel listened to, they get the word of God, and we're going to fill up some time for them. So a few other little things real quick for my volunteers who are new. When we give them their snack, they cannot get up to throw their trash away like they normally would. So when it's snack time, they'll have their snack there in their seat, and then they will we'll just leave the trash there. As soon as all the children have left, We have to sanitize the tables and the chairs, clean up all the trash, and just general cleaning for the next week, for Wednesday night. So that is how things are going to go right now. If you have any questions, please let me know. Because of the way things are going right now, this is new for all of us. We're all winging it. It's probably gonna be a little crazy. That's okay. It's kids' church. Things are always a little crazy. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like downstairs. The transitions aren't going to be smooth. Kids don't care. What matters to our children is that they feel heard, that they feel important, that they feel loved, and that they leave learning something about God. We want them to be excited to come to church. We want them to be excited to be a part of Seedling's Kids. And again, we want to speak out of kindness. If a child is getting a little too excited, if they can't sit on their chair, can't keep the feet on the ground, we're crowd control. We want to tell them one time, two times, but because of the stipulations and the guidelines right now, we do have to be a little more firm than we might have been before. If a child really isn't listening and they have to be told multiple times, we will ask a parent to come get their child, just so that everyone can stay safe, everyone can stay healthy. The exception to this rule, and I hate to say there's exceptions, but sometimes there are. It's the way the world works. Jackson Hart, he comes with Maylee and Anna. Jackson needs a little extra love and attention. So when it's time for Jackson, he gets so excited and he just wants to tell you everything over and over again. Go to Jackson. If Jackson's hand is raised and Jackson wants to say something, go to Jackson and let him tell you what it is. If Jackson gets out of his chair, it's okay. We're all maintaining our 6 feet. We're all trying to do our best, and just lovingly say, "Oh, Jackson, what can I help you find?" And then let him get back to his chair. I try and make sure he has some toys or something near him so that he can keep his hands occupied. And then Trevor has moved on into youth group. So if there's anything else like that where a child needs a little extra help, that's okay. Taryn needs a little extra help. She's overly excited. Sometimes Monty needs just a little extra help, and that's okay. Just be patient and loving, and we'll figure it out together, okay? If you all have any questions about how things are going to go, please reach out to me. Please plan on being there. If you're volunteering, 15 minutes early. We want to make sure that all the snacks have already been placed. Things are ready for the kids. Everything's good to go. So when they get there, we want to make it seem as calm on the surface as we can. We can be frantic, but we want them to feel the peace when they come in the room. So get there early so you can be set up. If you have any questions or concerns, reach out to me. If you don't know the songs that we sing, don't worry. The words are on the screen. I always teach the lessons, so you don't have to worry about that. And this Sunday, I will not be at church. You might have seen in the message prior, I will not be there this week. So Lamar will be teaching for me on Sunday. So if you all can think of anything else, please reach out to me. No question is silly or whatever. Also, Daniel will not be volunteering with us right now. And as you all know, he is my right-hand man. So the children are going to be devastated. He is my go-to. He's my sound booth guy, my best friend. So we will miss him right now. So I am definitely probably going to need some extra help without him there. But if you all think of something, just let me know. I love you all. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for watching this whole video if you made it 15 minutes in. And I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for volunteering. Bye.